Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts, opinions, and feels on When We Collided by Emery Lord. I'm working with Bloomsbury on this video, and they were nice enough to send me this physical copy of When We Collided. Now before I share all my thoughts on this book, can we just discuss how beautiful this cover is? This cover reminds me of like the 1980s for some reason. I don't know why. Does anybody else get an 80s vibe with this cover? And we've also got really nice design work throughout this book. I always appreciate when publishers go above and beyond to make a book just straight up beautiful. So now let's talk about what this book is all about. This story follows a girl by the name of Vivi and a boy by the name of Jonah. Vivi and her mother have moved to Verona Cove, which is this little beach town tucked away in California. Jonah is a townie, meaning he grew up in Verona Cove. Jonah and Vivi are two very completely different characters, but they're both facing really big battles. Jonah's father has passed away and his mother is just unable to care for all of the children, and so Jonah kind of has to step in and be this fatherly figure for his siblings, and Vivi's battle is one that I will let you discover on your own. The two quickly fall for each other and they have a little summer romance, and that's basically the general idea of the story, but this book has a lot going for it. I just don't want to give too many details because I want you to go into this book and just discover it for yourself and kind of see that it's more than just a romance. There's a lot going on here. This is the first book I've read by Emery Lord, but I definitely don't think it's going to be the last book that I read by her. I'm not necessarily someone who enjoys romance novels. The story is definitely romance heavy because that's the heart of the story, but there are different elements that come into play that make this more than just a romance novel. Can we just talk about Emery Lord's writing style because it is just on another level. I honestly felt like every word placed in this novel was picked so delicately. It's like she took words and inspected them very carefully and then placed them throughout this novel and they just fit together so perfectly. It just read so beautifully, and something specifically that really stood out to me was the way that she described different things. From the way she describes Verona Cove to Jonah's cooking. She just makes these ordinary things sound extraordinary. Something else that I really loved about this book were the different point of views that we got. We've got Jonah and we've got Vivi, and we follow both perspectives throughout the story. I think this novel would have suffered if we would have only seen like one person's point of view, but because we have those two perspectives, we really get to know the characters on a deep level. And like I said, Jonah and Vivi are two very completely different characters, so it's really nice to be able to kind of just see the different thought processes, see how they handle different situations. Vivi is an only child, she's an artist, she's moved several times. Jonah's in this big family and he's having to be this fatherly figure for the kids, and he's a fantastic cook. The characterization was just done so well, and that was something that I was so happy to see throughout this novel. You might not love the characters at first because you don't really understand them, but the farther you get into the novel, you kind of discover more things about them and why they act a certain way. You have to see them at the end of this novel and see how they kind of fully reveal themselves. The overall storyline is threaded with so many things. We've obviously got the romance and all that comes with that, but we've got family issues and mental health. I really appreciated Emery Lord tackling something so serious like mental health, and I know that that's something that's very close to her, but that doesn't mean it was really easy to write about. In fact, it might have been something that was really hard for her to write about. But either way, I really respect the fact that she discussed the topic of mental health throughout this story. Not a lot of authors are willing to tackle very serious subjects like that, and so it's really nice to see an author just go at it full on and really bring awareness to mental health. My one complaint with this book is that the relationship is totally insta-love. There's no real build-up, there's no stepping stones to that relationship, it just happens pretty much immediately. I can kind of excuse this factor because I went into this book knowing that there was going to be a romance, so it didn't bother me that much, but I just wasn't expecting it to happen as quickly as it did. I would have liked to seen that build-up and some tension, and then see them reach that level of being in a relationship. I do think that this book can be enjoyed by pretty much anyone. I think it offers up so many different elements that no matter who's reading this book, they'll find something that they kind of connect with. So if this sounds like something that you might enjoy, then I definitely recommend checking it out. I think we're in a perfect season for some nice contemporary. It's springtime. I don't know about you guys, but during the springtime, I'm all about reading contemporaries. I want to read all the contemporaries. So definitely check out When We Collided by Emery Lord. Let me know down below if you have read this book and what you thought of it. Also, let me know down below if you are planning to pick this book up because I'd love to know. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so click subscribe if you want to be notified for when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, chew. Vivi and her mother have moved to Verona Cove. The character I did. My one complaint is that the relationship that takes place within